Shalom, brothers and sisters. Russia has terminated the Black Sea grain deal. Wheat prices jumped, obviously, as news broke Monday that Russia let the UN-brokered grain deal lapse. It marks the end of the Turkey-administered humanitarian corridor which let Ukrainian grain get out to the global market. Russia confirmed the deal was terminated, and according to the latest from Moscow as well as the US, their reactions. Currently, there's speculation that the fresh attack on the Crimean bridge was a last straw, but Moscow disagrees with that assessment. The White House reaction has been to say that Moscow has been using the grain deal as a weapon, stated by Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Putin, for his part, has complained that food exports have not been going to countries which are most in need, in Africa and in the Middle East, but instead to Kyiv's preferred Western partners in Europe who are busy supplying them with battlefield arms. Interesting. Very interesting. I actually watched a speech by an African president earlier this morning where he very intelligently talks about the horror of having Zelensky at the helm during the midst of this entire conflict. And he says people forget this man was a professional actor. And when he watches him, he sees him still acting and still using the same things he used when he was acting, the same talent. He's still acting at the cost of Ukrainian lives. And this president says if they could just replace him, which they can't, he's made sure of that, then they could probably end this whole thing within a month for the Ukrainian people to limit all of the chaos, fallout, and bloodshed. And the fact that he pointed out how this man is still acting and still being used to test NATO weapons and test all of their things against Russia in a neutral field is really an interesting point to look at and take note of. Pray for the innocent civilians in Ukraine that are suffering. Pray for everybody else affected by this conflict that is suffering. Pray for all of those that are experiencing famine worse than any of us at this stage. We're feeling the fringes of it, but some are dying already because of all this chaos. And again, 7 years of famine have hit and begun. It is only getting worse from here on in, engineered and by nature. God bless. Keep looking up and keep shining your light. Make a difference wherever you can. Shalom.